Greetings, this is Hans with Abiding in the Vine Ministries. Welcome back to our video series, Renewing Our Minds About Church. This is part 3. And where we left off last time was, since the church is supposed to be the body of Christ, is Christ himself one or many? Is Christ himself united or divided? In response to this, we're going to look at Ephesians chapter 4, verses 1 through 7 and 11 through 13. I, therefore, the prisoner in the Lord, beg you to walk in a manner worthy of the calling to which you have been called, with all humility and gentleness, with patience, bearing with one another in love, making every effort to maintain the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. There is one body and one Spirit, just as you were called to the one hope of your calling, one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in all. But each of us was given grace according to the measure of Christ's gift. The gifts he gave were that some would be apostles, some prophets, some evangelists, some pastors and teachers, to equip the saints for the work of ministry, for building up the body of Christ, until all of us come to the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God, to maturity, to the measure of the full stature of Christ. So, if the church is one, why are there many churches? Today, many of these entities referring to themselves as churches are, in reality, individual and unique religious organizations acting as churches. The only unity of faith to be found in these so-called churches is that there is no unity of faith to be found in their collective as the so-called church, but rather an endless variety of faiths to be found in each that are tailor-made for various groups of people based on their unique opinions, cultures, and preferences. And it makes sense that an endless variety of people overseeing these so-called churches might have endlessly different opinions, cultures, and preferences dividing them. But with regards to renewing our minds about church, if Christ is one, then division and multiplicity among churches are ultimately inconsistent with the church as his body, united in the faith. It comes back to the distinction between communities of church organizations and authentic church communities. It turns out that the division and multiplicity among overseers of church organizations establishes a pattern of division and multiplicity among their communities. But authentic communities are being built up as the one body of Christ by the gifts of Christ, until all its members come to the unity of the faith, to the degree that it fully measures up to Christ. The only way this kind of oneness can be accomplished among each of the smaller church communities constituting the larger church community is to have a single overseer at the head, rather than having a multiplicity of overseers establishing the patterns of division that we experience in the so-called church today. But if the church is really Christ's body on the earth, who oversees the body of Christ at the head?